I'm a really big Pokemon fan. It's the majority of what I draw anymore, and the series carried me and my mental health through the last 5 years of my life. In 2019, the Pokemon Company released a trailer for a new upcoming mobile game called Pokemon Masters. I was ecstatic, to say the least. The trailer showed off so many trainers that I thought would be coming to the game, and I was overjoyed when I saw that one of my favorite underrated rivals, Hugh from Black and White 2, was confirmed to be coming to the game. So I waited for the game to come out. He wasn't there at launch, but nobody important was, so I kept patiently waiting. Fast forward to May 2020, Wally and Silver got added, so I thought, oh my god, finally! They were Hugh's teammates in the trailer, he's coming soon! Boy, was I wrong. No sign of Hugh whatsoever until June 2021. A whole year has passed since I baited myself into thinking he would be added after Silver and Wally. The Pokemas team releases this dev letter hint and I go ape shit because it looked like Hugh's color palette. I was wrong again because it was these two train-driving assholes. So I relived the bait yet again, and month by month, every time a new data mine came out showing what would be added for the month, I got more and more upset. And for some reason last week, I finally snapped and just said fine, I'll do it myself. I wanted to make a fake screenshot that would be believable enough to trick maybe a few people at first glance. That was my goal. I grabbed some reference images of the 3D models of Pokemas, sat down at my desk, not a required step since I work from my phone but it makes me feel more professional, and I got to work. I started with Gladion as a base, feeling out and tracing the proportions. Yes, I know, but Jess, tracing bad! But when you're making a fake leak, you need it to be as believable as possible. I wasn't gonna freehand it. I used Hugh's cross transceiver sprite from Black and White 2 to make everything else look right, and then it was time for the line art. I was convinced it would all fall apart here, since the way models are rendered in Pokemas, a lot of areas look pixelated, and I didn't think I could pull off the look. I kept going through, pulling up my references constantly to make sure I kept a similar line quality to the game. After a while, though, I just kinda fudged it because I figured nobody would be looking that hard anyway. Then, for some reason, I didn't wait to put base colors down before I started working on the background. I opened the game like 6 times to get a character with a compact silhouette, but I got tired of it and just used Mallow since I figured I could just use an empty shot of the background to edit out her pigtails and such. I almost gave up and ended up using the empty shot entirely, but when you talk to trainers in the Pokemon Center, the perspective of the background slightly changes, and it's pretty noticeable when you try to fake it. So because of that, by hand, I tried to make the background look passable. I didn't do a very good job, because when you look closely I did a really sloppy job, but I wanted to finish this thing, damn it. From there, I laid down base colors and tweaked the colors just a tiny bit to get the feel of the models. I really hated how the project looked at this point, but I told myself to trust the process and moved on to shading. Honestly, this was the easiest part. I'm lucky I've been messing with soft shading in my art recently because with references and a bit of time, I just pulled it off. From there, I colored the line art, downloaded the Pokemon Masters font, and stole some of his dialogue from Black and White 2 to shove into the dialogue box. I was done! It looked okay. I'd been staring at it for the last 8.5 hours, and I thought it didn't look very real, but I posted it anyway with the caption, "Oh my god," in all caps, acting like I had just pulled him or something. And I fooled so many people. This was a really fun project to do, especially since I've never tried to emulate a 3D style before. Thanks to the simple shading style of Pokemon Masters though, I had an easy time figuring it out. If I fooled you on Twitter with this picture, I am so sorry, but like, now you know how I feel. I've been waiting essentially since launch for him to be added. It would be really funny if he got added in the next month or something, right? So funny. DNA, take notes. Thanks for sticking around until the end of my video. I didn't write an outro because I wrote this script in like 15 minutes. Goodbye. See you later. Have a good one. Is that what people say for outros?